Today, I decided I would do something kind of easy, which is bolt stuff on the car that needs to be bolted on. Yesterday, I put the vacuum actuator that is for the wiper bay cover. That actuates this to lift the wiper cover. We're a little ways away, but I just bolted it on. I think it's pretty well adjusted. That's the extended position. That's the retracted position. I had these little nuts. I think they're right. I don't know. They fit. I had two of them. I'll put them on. All right, and then the other piece, besides that would be this piece right here. That's this unit. And then we got this guy, which is the actuator, which controls that. So it gets the data, the signals via vacuum, and then it's like a relay. This is the relay, right? So, according to this, and I went ahead and did some coloring here, makes it easier to see what's going on. You can see from my coloring that this sits like that, right? And then we've got red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, and this just screws into the inner fender with, or wheel well, with these two little, kind of tiny, I don't know, I thought maybe it bolted in, but it's just got these screws, and they go, let me see if I can show you. It's kind of hard, but I'll see if I can get the camera in there. Those go there, right? And then your coolant, well, not coolant, your wiper wash container goes on that. And they are both located over there under, kind of like right under the surge tank. So that's what we're gonna do. No big deal. And after I get these hooked up, I guess I'll rummage through the rest of these vacuum hoses. Maybe I can hook a couple up. We're also going to be hooking up, let's see, I don't know if we're going to do this today. Let's see, some of those go in there. It looks like I need to replace this. This is a switch. It's pretty beat up. I don't even think this works. Look at this thing. Yikes. Yeah, I'm going to say that needs to be replaced. But this is for the wipers come to rest on this, and then I guess it shuts the door, the wiper door, once that's happening. I'm not sure about the order of everything. Then there's this switch that gets activated when this comes out, and then it pushes that, and it gets that switch, and then that has to do with signaling, you know, something about something's ending and blah blah blah. Yeah. And then this gets a couple hoses here, but today I'm not concerned about all that. I just want to get a few of these hooked up now that all this business is done. So I'm gonna start putting the stuff in there. That's it. I'll keep you guys posted. Since I have to reach this way in there, I don't want the little screw to fall out, so I just stuck a piece of electrical tape in there, and that holds it pretty well, so I can use one hand. And I just I put this like this. Can I use one hand again? I think so. Hang on, hold on there. So you put that in, and then I put this in. It's going to be upside down, but stuck it in there, and I stuck that whole thing in with one hand. I'm kind of proud of myself. All right, for doing. I put the whole thing in with one hand. All right, let's put this other one in. Can we get it on? I don't know. This is why I don't try to film myself doing stuff, because it's kind of hard. Yeah, I can't really. Sorry. Let's pause. Okay, there we are. Just a little bit of torque on there, nothing much. If you have the egg crate, and you could take them out, I don't. I have a modified 71 that does not have the egg crates. You can reach that very easily from the side, but if you don't have that, you got to do what I did, come down from the top. Okay, before I put any hoses on, especially this one, I'm going to go ahead and touch this up. I put a little paint on here, painter's tape. I pulled it off. And apparently that paint was not stuck on. So yeah, I don't really want to have to keep doing this, but I'm gonna touch this up with a little engine bay paint. Be right back. I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna mention it again. For touch-up stuff, I bought some Underhood Black. This is the Eastwood Underhood Black, and it came in like a pint, or a quart actually. Did I get a quart? Yeah. I got a quart, but instead of opening and closing the quart every time I need some, I put a little bit in a little jar, a little mason jar. And then instead of burning through a bunch of paint brushes, I'm using these acid brushes for welding, or soldering, sorry. These are like for putting flux on copper wire or something. Or, I don't know what I'm talking about. Copper plumbing. And, you know, they're for like brushing the whatever they put on there. The flux. I'm in flux right now. And I just, yeah, so that way I don't, these things are like pennies. These brushes cost pennies. And then I'm not wasting a lot of paint or brushes. And I can just, you know, touch stuff up as needed without going through a lot of paint or brushes. So that's my advice. Okay, painting is done. Next piece of business is installing this washer fluid tank and the filler neck. The tank attaches to a bracket with these two screws. And how do I know it's these two? Because I left them in there when I took it out 2 years ago, thankfully. All right, let me show you where that is. Right there. All right, past the vacuum relay. So yeah, just gonna screw these in. I'm assuming I'm gonna need kind of a long ratchet, so I'm gonna get that set up and get this in. Gonna use the same electrical tape in the socket trick, and this little extension works perfect. I'll try to get these started. All right, so that is in. And the ratchet size is 3/8, by the way. We're just gonna plunk this in. This just slides in, and then this hooks up to this upside down again. Where is it? This right here. Just put this through, and this is kind of loose on here. I don't know how loose it's supposed to be, but it looks like it's made to just be a little flexible. I should probably paint that. I think I can do it later though. I better do it now. Hang on. All right, I just painted both of these pieces. So while those are drying, which is gonna take a minute because I just did one thick coat, which you shouldn't do, but actually it lays down pretty smooth that way. I am gonna clean these up because this is, it's just not looking great. Might as well give it a run on the sanding mop, and we'll throw some grease on it. so it doesn't rust up again. Maybe clean that up a little bit better. This is original, by the way. I tried to clean it as well as I could. There's some stuff on the inside, but it's okay. Turned out all right. This is the sanding mop. This side is 320 and it's old. This side is 220 and it's pretty new, so I'm just gonna use the 320 side. Just take these and basically you wanna just, much better. All right, let's go. So believe it or not, I used the sanding mop on the plastic here, the 320 side, and it actually cleaned it up really well. It gave it this little, kind of a little gloss because I had really scrubbed this. These were really filthy. And on this one, on the canister, you see how it's got some chalkiness? See that? So I wasn't crazy about that. Now I'm kind of tempted to pull this out and run it, although I don't think I am. Well, maybe I am. Depends how long this paint over here is going to take to dry. But I like this. Can I show you in the sun? Look at this. I mean, it made it surprisingly shiny, and that's just on the sanding mop. You know, I didn't think that would happen. Wow, I kind of like that. I might just go ahead and pull that out because that needs a little more time to dry, the black that I just did. So I might, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm only doing this once. That looks so good now. Yeah, all right. You convinced me. Here we go. Let's see if this actually does improve it. So that's the before. It's pretty rough, actually. I had to scrape. This thing had so much grease on it, like greasy dirt. But here's what it looks like. See some scratches there. All right, let's give this thing a run and see what we can do. Well, for something nobody's ever gonna see, it's looking pretty good, you guys. This is only something a car guy would do, you know, just so you can know that you did the best you could. All right, but look at that. That's on this 320 sanding mop. It is old, so it's more like a 400 now, probably, or 600. But yeah, I'm digging it. Also hit these. Looking good. Nobody will ever see them. Let's go. Okay, before we go back in there, here's the other trick for holding screws in. It's grease. So I wanted to coat these anyway with a little grease just so they don't rust up, because I think they will. So dielectric grease or whatever, it's just some grease, and then you can do what you got to do. There we go. All right, so that's looking way better. My paint job was okay on that, not the greatest, but it looks way better. Got both those things installed down there, and I found this cap, which I think is what was on it when I bought the car, but I don't think it's original. It doesn't really fit very well, so I might look for something that looks, yeah, it barely stays on, but I'm gonna leave it on there right now because I don't want anybody making a home in there like they did on my intake manifold a while back. All right, so I'm gonna look for, will I do that now? I don't know. I was gonna maybe hook up some hoses, but you know what? I think I'm gonna end this video here. It's long enough. And that is a good amount of work for today. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you learned something. If you like it, hit the bell, ouch, so you get notifications, and subscribe. See you later.